Okay, somebody in my Discord sent me a video about some things going on with Hyper Potion or Kevin Villecco from Hyper Potions. I don't know who these people are. Oftentimes I don't, but they're like, I guess, smaller content creators. There's two of them, and there's like a guy named like Sushi Killer as I guess one of the dogs, and then Kevin is the other dog. I don't know. They haven't posted in a while. They have like about 200,000 subscribers. That's pretty much all we know. So let's watch it. It's from Comic Crow. I'm curious. Let's get it going.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Comic Crow. And I know we're just getting off of the situation with Quiet and Orion, but we have brand new accusations that are dropping this weekend.
Damn. True, I guess. It's just weird, man. It's weird that, like obviously, you know, people make up false accusations or accusations in general and like whatever, but it's weird that it becomes content sometimes. I don't know. I'm obviously like covering it, but like I don't know. Sometimes it's like a burnout, especially for the creator. But
this accusation, though, actually has evidence behind it, which I think is really good. But word of caution to everybody, all right? Do not jump all over this. Do not claim that this is completely 100% proven.
They're musicians?
Right?
Okay.
If it's true, I really do feel terrible for this Evelyn girl. But I have to remind everybody of what happened with the Pro Jared situation, in which somebody who was a minor
they were very anti-Jared. That's what happened.
And they were real screenshots, and everybody thought the guy was like a legitimate pedo and stuff. And then he provided screenshots to show that it was fake. Now, these messages, I don't think you can claim were taken out of context. So if they are real, this man is damned, and he deserves to be damned. Because what it looks like is a very clear-cut case of grooming. Now, one thing very interesting that did happen. So these allegations...
I groomed myself today. Got a haircut. I actually cut my own hair. So...
dropped earlier today. As of tonight, the link does not work. The link is supposedly suspicious or something of that nature. It says it violates the terms of service. It looks like somebody... It
was a Google Docs, and they said it violates... Interesting. It looks like somebody got it banned. The Google Docs does that? They'll pull stuff down? That's interesting. I've seen people do stuff like that on Google Docs before, I feel. So, like, why would they pull that one down of all of them? That's weird.
Has been reporting the link, which again, I don't think you can really attribute to this Kevin Hyper Potions, whatever. It could just be their fans seeing this and you know, reporting it as soon as possible, but maybe they're involved in that somehow. I'm not going to make that jump just yet. I mean,
oh, they're well-known musicians for the Sonic games. Oh, really? They're Sonic musicians? That's crazy. Wow. Jesus. Okay. Damn. So wait, if it's a fan of them, that means that the fan probably has autism, so that they're additionally vulnerable, right? Because only autistic people like Sonic so much. That was a little joke. I'm sorry. It was a little. We're just having a little bit of fun. Okay, we're just having a little bit of fun, guys. I'm sorry.
We really just are hearing about this today. This document, and this is really weird, this person is Kevin's ex-wife, all right? But the relationship between them is really disturbing, all right? So I want to just go to the...
Wait, he groomed his ex-wife? I'm confused.
Most important one. 2015 to 2017, grooming.
I tried to look up this guy's birthday on famous birthdays, and it just doesn't exist. So it's hard. One of the things that I have an issue with is it makes it difficult to try to age confirm. It says his birthday is August 23rd, but it doesn't have his year. The other guy he was working with is 28, apparently. But so that part was a little frustrating to deal with. So I wish that we had that. Well, they got married when she turned 17, and he was 27. Oh, he's a 10. Damn, that's nuts. Wait, there's like a whole thing. Sonic Mania composer. Bro, that's crazy. He's grooming and abusing his wife, fellow composer Evelyn Rio shared her allegations in a Dropbox document saying that she was 15 at the time when Villecco started the relationship in 2005, but she was 24. Damn, what the hell? That's crazy.
15 years old. I met Kevin, I'm not even going to try to say that, through a group chat with some mutual friends.
Really quick. I want to see the introduction really quick. I want to make it big on my screen, but it's going to look weird on your screen. Healing and speaking out in regard to Kevin Villecco and Hyper Potions, Snorlax, and whatever. Push pause. This document pertains to subject matter which may be disturbing for some individuals. Trigger warnings are as follows: grooming, sexual assault, rape, abuse, suicidal mentions. Okay. My name is Evelyn Rivera. As of writing this, I'm 22 years old. I'm a music composer. That was June 2000. Born June 2000. Okay. I'm a music producer, composer, and writer who relates music under the moniker Coffee Date and formerly QORA. I've been silent on this matter for a long time, but I cannot be quiet any longer. Over the past several years, I've seen case after case of young people and women who've suffered through similar circumstances as I did. My goal is to use my voice to raise awareness and hold accountable the monsters hiding in these communities online. I have been in therapy for the past 2 years of emotional abuse, sexual trauma, PTSD. While I have been making progress towards healing, there is still a need for closure and justice. It's my hope that by sharing my story, others will be able to recognize the signs of a dangerous situation before it's too late. To the people I came forward to about my situation during the healing process, the Game Chops team, Chris, Maddie, and Ellie, the Sasso Studios crew, friends and family, thank you for supporting me and standing with me. It is because of your advocacy and kindness that I have been able to heal, move forward, and find the strength to tell my story. Okay, sorry. Just wanted to...
All right, so I met Kevin, I'm not even going to try to say that, through a group chat with some mutual friends. We started talking privately through messages and video calls on Skype, and I began to suspect he had a crush on me. I was starstruck, but felt a little uneasy because he looked older than I was, like an adult. I asked him how old he was. He replied he was 24, and I told him I was 15. Now, these are the messages, okay? We have them dated.
Okay, yeah. How old are you? Turning 25 in August. I'm younger than I look, though. Wow.
This took place in 2015 when they were 15. And we can see Kevin asking their age, them replying, and Kevin doesn't back off. All right. Look, if this was the only message, you could say, well, you know, I mean, he's not immediately backing away, but then you get into the next one. OK, and he's clearly.
I would just want to be able to see like the verification that this is like really him. You don't look 13. Haha. Yeah, I got the bid. I don't look 24 though. I thought you were 17 or 18.
Away, but then you get into the next.
Because all screenshots. I wish that there was a little bit more, like a video of them scrolling up and down and like clicking on the page. Would have been like really good as well. Because, you know, again, who knows? You really got to be careful with these screenshots. Is that what his? Is that what his thing looks like? This is apparently the page. His account is set to private. The only thing that I'm like wondering is this is like this guy. He's a shut up. I'm just wondering if I would have just assumed he would have had a larger Instagram following. But okay. I guess this is ex-wife, so I guess that's pretty credible. If we confirm, if he did the other thing, I guess if it was his ex-wife, I mean, if that's confirmed, then, oh, fuck me, right?
One, okay, and he's clearly still interested. All right, he's clearly still interested. Talking about how he feels
right.
Weird.
This is his ex-wife, right? So then, like, that's
And now she's saying don't feel weird, but the thing is she's 15 years old, okay?
I'm just curious. This is the only thing, it wasn't confirmed that this is actually his ex-wife. That's the only thing that I'm wondering. I mean, if they removed the guy from the fucking thing, because that's apparently what they did, it had to have been credible. It had to have been the ex-wife. Okay.
She is fucking 15 years old. He is 9 years older. All right, this is disgusting. It's gross.
Romeo and Juliet laws?
Like
just
grooming.
kidding.
So the only way Kevin gets out of this is if these messages...
Finally, we actually have a real groomer, dude. Holy moly, we've been using that word crazily. Everything's grooming, guys. Oh, that was. This actually seems like a real case of that, if this is true.
Messages here are fake. That is pretty much the only way that Kevin can defend himself from these accusations. I mean, really, it would be proving that the messages are fake because she has provided evidence. Okay, that evidence does show what I think many people would agree. Well, here's my problem. It may not actually have been illegal. And I'm going to explain why, and you guys aren't going to like it. But I don't know if there was something that legally...
Well, okay, so it may not have been illegal because technically... Technically, it's not illegal to talk to a child or something. As long as you don't sleep with them. It's still wrong though, and you would still could potentially legally contribute to some kind of grooming. Well,
could be done about this, because yes, he's 25. Yes,
I think they could still do something about it, because if you could like prove the grooming aspect of it, so
you can see him in these messages,
even if he waited for what would be considered an appropriate age based on like whatever the country or excuse me state that he lives in. I'm assuming they're American, or maybe he's not, but like the age consent, like the Bucktooth Phil is what, 16, so.
These dreams he's having of kissing her, which maybe you like, there's got to be something you could charge him with. I'm sure somebody in the comments can supply that information for us. I'm just seeing this stuff today as I got home. When I say this is grooming, he is not attempting to prepare this girl.
I remember this specifically because I'm awful, and but I was sitting on the couch at one point and you walked up behind me and kissed me on my neck, and you like told me you noticed something happening. Then I turned around and you pulled down onto the couch and we laughed and kissed, and you put your head on my lap and looked up at me. We smiled. But what a weirdo. That's like cringe as hell. The fuck? This guy's not only a fucking creep, but he's also cringe. Holy fuck. Which one is worse, guys?
To come meet with him immediately. He's quite literally grooming her to be the perfect partner for him. Or at least that's how I would interpret this. And given that she is 15 fucking years old and he is 25, there's no Romeo and Juliet situation.
Frankly, she sounds like the perfect age to be recruited into Andrew Tate's webcam business. Let's be real here, guys. So, you know.
No, they're close in age. They're 9 years separated. All right. There is no, oh, he's a young kid. He's 19 years old. No, he was 25. His brain is done developing. And well, I guess you could say he's 24, but no, we're not doing that. His brain is done developing for the most part. All right. He should know it's wrong. He acknowledges that the conversations are wrong and yet continues to have them. The messages here are gross. They are creepy. And yet continues to have them.
LOL. I don't know. You reached down for it and kissed your neck while you did. Incredible. I feel like if things work out over the next 3 years, that you're kind of girl I would propose to. Whoa! He's even promising to marry this girl. Literal Andrew Tate, guys. Holy fuck, dude. This guy's actually a mega Chad. He actually should be a millionaire. He's got that fucking top G mindset right now, dude. Holy fuck, guys. This is incredible. Jesus Christ. Who would have thought?
The messages here are gross. They are creepy. If they are real, this Kevin person belongs in, well, let me stop myself from saying that, because for one, I don't want to get arrested. But for two, we do need to wait and make sure that this is legitimate. But they did provide something else to the story, and I don't see anything to back this up. But I am curious about it. My mother found out about the relationship and she was furious. I was grounded and forbidden from talking to him. She had contacted the police and tried to get law enforcement involved, but they didn't do anything. I became bitter and angry and started to sneak around and find ways to talk to Kevin. Now, this is the thing. If the mother contacted the police in 2015, then, we could actually get the report of that incident. Potentially, all right? If you have that, I would say that would also completely 100% final nail in the coffin.
I could have swore that this was like his ex-wife, so does any of this really matter? It seems like it's been pretty confirmed, no? Like, isn't that the information, or did somebody get something wrong? Like, this is saying here that Kevin Villecco has, or whatever, Villecco has been removed from the Hyper Potions after allegations of abuse were made by his ex-wife. Unless that's not credible, because at that point, like, if it is his ex-wife, like, I feel like you should be able to track the ages pretty well. No, like, right? Am I dumb? Like, I don't know. Seems pretty credible to me, I guess. Yeah.
But again, the only defense for Kevin is that he can prove that these messages are fake and they didn't happen. But the problem is, all right, if they are real and he tries to claim that they are fake, this girl has those messages. She should be able to just screen record from her phone and prove that they are real. I don't believe that these are fake, if I'm being completely honest. These don't like. I've seen a lot of faked text messages, fake DM conversations. These look legitimate to me, but you know, I'm sure that there's some sort of hyper Photoshop expert who can confirm the details and the authenticity of the messages. I'm just hearing about.
The only weird thing to me is that Kevin person's like Instagram only has like 71 followers, and if he's this sonic composer, I would have thought he would have had more. But
tonight, I wanted to put out a video for tomorrow, letting you guys know what's going on here, letting you know that somebody tried to get the Google Doc taken down. I'll put a link to the Dropbox in the description so you guys can check it out for yourself and go through it. There is more here. This is only halfway through, but I'm gonna be completely honest. Like I get, you know, they're also saying that Kevin is abusive, and they're claiming that while they were married, Kevin had sexually assaulted them on multiple occasions. Now, there's nothing. I mean, there's a couple of messages here, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that means that they are lying. What I am saying is, I have like text messages that show that this man at 24 years old was flirting with a 15-year-old and preparing her, literally fucking grooming. All right. Okay. I'm not saying that means let's just dismiss everything else and it doesn't matter. This is the most key thing here.
This guy's very careful. Like, just read the rest of the thing. Is he not going to read it?
The most substantial thing here that she has direct proof of in this Dropbox link, which you should check out for yourself, because the rest of the story lets you know like this person's mindset. And yeah, like if this is all true, Kevin is a very, very horrible and terrible human being. I think right off the bat though, just this alone, this is you're done. You're absolutely done. You're 24 with a 15-year-old. Okay, you can claim, oh, I only had sex when she was. I know it's like later in the document, but like you can claim I had sex the moment she was at age of consent. I didn't do it any earlier. Man, that's wrong. Okay, that is 100% wrong. A grown adult talking to somebody who is 15 years old and waiting until he can get them to age of consent in their state is really fucking creepy. All right, it's really fucking disgusting. It's absolutely gross. To me, that's grooming. That's predatory. All right. I'm not saying, and I want to be very clear because I know that there's going to be some other idiot. I'm not saying like the Keemstar thing is the same as this shit. OK, if he were 29, OK, and he meets her when she is 18, it's whatever. Nobody cares. OK, at that point, legally consenting adult. But the fact that at 24, this piece of human trash allegedly. I have to still say allegedly. I do believe the messages are real, okay? But the only way out of this situation for this idiot is these need to be proven to be false. And I don't believe that will be the case. But we will see. We will see, because somebody is trying to bury it, okay? And that's going to cause even more people to pay attention to it. So maybe this is just a really good and elaborate operation against Kevin to ruin his reputation. And I will say that has literally happened before, okay? That's what I'm saying. Like, it potentially that could be the case here. But at the same time, man, that is a long stretch. That's a really long stretch. I think that even if you wait a couple of weeks and that winds up being the case, man, these messages are damning. These messages are really damning. And honestly, if there is no response to this or even an acknowledgement of it, then I try to be neutral and I try to be skeptical until, you know, I can directly ascertain what happened. And I'm just hearing about this right now. But at the exact same time, these look authentic. They do. And you can read them for yourself. Okay, you can read them on the screen for yourself. So anyways, guys, I know it's a little bit weird because we're just getting off the back of quite an Orion. And if I'm being honest, I think the only person that this would benefit on the internet, other than the person dropping the accusation, you know, getting it off their chest, would it's going to be Orion, right? Because this is going to take all of the oxygen out of the room, and people are immediately going to forget about that person. But I guess we have the next accusations of 2023. But these look damning, and the evidence looks strong.
Okay. Kind of expected him to read it, but okay. Do we get to see the rest of it, or is it gone now? I'm confused. How do I see them myself? Or are we fucking shit out of luck?
I want Papa Gut to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.